Hey guys, it's Vicky, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be telling a story. This story is about how I got my red light traffic ticket in Garland. So here we go. So it was November and I had gotten my permit that summer and I had been practicing driving, and then my dad made me drive to school every day and back. It was a really nice day, just driving, and we get to this intersection. And for those of you who don't know, it kind of curves out. It's not like a typical 90, let's say 180. When you turn, it like just kind of curved off. So the week before, the light turned yellow, and it was kind of a long yellow light, and my dad just said, keep going, keep going. So I did. Fast forward, a week later, the light turns yellow, and I'm like, I have enough time, it just turned yellow. I was probably like a foot or two from the white lines, and once you get past those, you're usually good as long as it's still yellow. So I kept going, and then all of a sudden, I noticed that there's a motorcycle cop behind me, and his lights are on. And immediately I think, am I speeding? Like, I had no idea I was getting pulled over for running a red. And let me tell you, that was the day I chose to wear my hair in pigtails. Now let me remind you, I was 16 at the time, and I did not look 16. I actually have the video, the whole video of me getting pulled over. I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to use it, but it's kind of funny to go back and laugh at because my face is like petrified. Me and my dad are like, oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm getting pulled over. Or kind of like, I pull in to an empty parking lot and he comes up to me and he goes, you turned right on red. And I was like, I thought it was yellow. It was. He was like, no, it was red. So my face was kind of like, because my dad was in the car too. He said that it was yellow. And so it was like a terrible experience. And the thing I said when the cop left, I said, Mom's gonna kill me. Thankfully, I didn't cry when the cop pulled me over. I think I was just so petrified that like I wasn't going to. It was like pure shock, like, because I never thought I'd be one of those kids to get pulled over. If you don't know this, Garland is known for picking people up for like the tiniest little things. I see them picking people up every single day on the way to school. Don't speed or do anything wrong in Garland. Yeah, so it was a terrible day at school because I was just dreading coming home. Anyway, so I tell Mom, goes terribly. Of course, I get yelled at. And what we didn't realize was, if you get a ticket at the age of 16, you don't just do defensive driving and you're done. You have to go to juvenile court. So, me, Vicky, I had to go to juvenile court, and it is not fun, okay? You're there with all these other delinquent kids and their parents. It's terrifying. I was so scared because you're waiting in the waiting room and there's like all these other 16-year-olds with their parents, and like they don't look happy, and I didn't want to be there, and I was there in my school uniform. Everyone else like was wearing normal clothes, and I was like, great. So then we like all got lined up, and the cop outside is like, all right, be respectful to the judge. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I'm like, so you go in, and they check you in or whatever, and you all just, you sit there, and they call you up, and you get to watch that person get yelled at by the judge. We were going to try to plead not guilty, which you'll hear about that in a second. I went up to the judge, but before we were gonna plead not guilty, we were gonna try to do a motion for dismiss, meaning like they would just dismiss the case because it wasn't really that strong of a case for the cop. I mean, because we were both saying it's yellow, it's kind of our word against his, so we were hoping they'd just dismiss it. I had to walk up, and my dad had to come too. So I walked up and I was like shaking. I had to like hand her the paper of my ticket or whatever, and I had 3 words to say. It was motion for dismiss. And I go, Motion for. I'd completely forgotten the word. I was panicking because like everyone's watching and the judge is like staring at me and I'm like, motion for. My dad's like, dismissed. Judge does not dismiss it. Yeah, then we were like, not guilty. Then after we got that, we were like, well, we should probably get a lawyer. I got one of my friend's moms who was a lawyer. And we had a fairly good case, I think. And we went through the whole ordeal. I had to go to court, oh gosh, like 3 times. When we finally went to court, I remember being so nervous. I had to skip so many days of school for this, because the court dates from like Wednesday at like 9 in the morning. So basically, I had to go to court and then the judge was like, oh, he didn't give you the right ticket. The ticket that I got was for $255, but it was the wrong ticket. He gave me a ticket for something that I didn't do that actually cost a lot more. My ticket was actually supposed to be, I think, $195. And my original ticket was $255. Yeah, they were trying to get some extra money, I guess. They were like, oh, we're gonna give the cop 2 weeks to correct that. And of course, we got a new ticket in the mail. I'm in the room, right? And I'm like, kind of nervous. And I was like, hey, I have to go to the bathroom. So I get up, I walk out the door, and I practically run in to the cop that gave me the ticket. I was like, really, Vicky, you chose now to go to the bathroom? It was like the worst timing, okay? I walked out and I was looking down and then I see like a cop's shoes like right in front of me. And so I look up and I was like, I swear, I gasped a little bit. I was like, and then I quickly ran to the bathroom. Oh, so... Fast forward, cop's on the stand. So basically like he has his like attorney or whatever. And so the attorney's like pointing, they literally pulled up like a Google Maps of the intersection from up above and they were like pointing at it with a laser. Attorney pointed like right before the line or something and it was like, where was she when it was like yellow? And he was like, oh, you're right there. And the attorney's like, wait, she was like right before the line? And he goes, oh, no. And then he like points like way down and I was like, uh-huh. Right. Let me remind you, I got the ticket in November. By the time we had the court case, it was February. And so a long time had passed. Me and my dad still knew that it was yellow, but of course, memory kind of fades over time. He definitely lied in court. And, okay, November, because it was like early November, I think it was like November 11th, and it was like December, I'm forgetting my month, January, February. 4 months had passed. No way the cop remembers where I was, okay? He just wanted the money. So he's like, oh yeah, she was way back there. Unfortunately, I lost, but it was okay. The judge didn't think the cop had a very strong case, so he charged us $145. And for those of you who don't know, court cases, if you lose, are $125. So I only have to pay a $20 fine, but I still have to pay the rest because it was the court costs. But at the time, I was really crushing. I was kind of just bummed. I'd really been praying about it, and I just really was hoping that everything would just turn out great. And sometimes it's just not how life goes. You know, you're gonna go through hard things. But in the end, it didn't turn out that bad. Because originally, I would have gotten the $195 plus the $125, and that would have been so bad. So I'm just really thankful that the judge, you know, made it $20. I still see the cop. I try not to like glare at him when I'm driving by. I see him a lot. He's always like sitting there on a motorcycle. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked my story time. This has been an interesting story for me to tell because it was so terrible at the time, and now I just look back and I'm like, that was so funny. Like, I still don't like the cop, but it's still funny. I hope you guys like this. Comment below if you have ever gotten a ticket or anything like that. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. We think it did turn out for the best because I'm not gonna turn that down. Turn off now. It's gonna turn any minute. Hey guys. What was that? Hey, hey. Bye, bye, bye.